This is a ticket to the party.
Evening, boys. First service. You gotta love Mohammed.
Oh! That is a moment of absolute magic from Federer.
It's Murray magic, though.
Djokovic, what are you doing? It's phenomenal. He's got quite a large gluteus maximus.
I've never seen anything like it.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Loosely Strung Tennis Podcast. Yep, I started that off so well there.
Podcast.
Podcast.
So it's our fishing channel now.
And the calls, the calls for Skinny to be the host are out the window.
Yeah. To be fair, this is a listener's request for me to host it, because Callum is not here today because he's actually quite busy. So the fact that I've started an intro and fucked it up right off the bat is an absolute wonderful thing. So yeah, how you boys doing?
Yeah, okay, mate. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not much happening in my life, so just move on from me.
We were so close to having a full house tonight. We're about 15 minutes away from having a full house, but we soldier on with the four of us.
All Scottish connection here today, you know.
Absolutely.
I know.
Gary Brown, I believe, has some big
I
news.
am back. I do. I'm going to be a dad.
Way.
Congrats. Well done.
As opposed to just my
yeah.
big
We've
brother.
congratulated you before. This isn't our live reaction to this, just in case
Yeah,
anyone.
we look like terrible friends.
Well done,
At least I've
Gary.
got some good babysitting experience with Pricey on the doubles court, so.
Oh,
I wasn't keen on
Pricey
that.
getting slated.
Joe, I respect the game from Gary. Having a child, just have another excuse not to come to a night out.
Oh, I can't drink tonight again, guys.
The next 18 years. Sorry, my son's 15. I need to watch him. My son.
Oh yeah, he's not having a
Not a son.
Sorry.
It's
I'm
50-50,
gonna have a
you got
terrible
that
friend.
wrong.
Anyway, no, all good here. I actually been buzzing to do this podcast today because, not to be boring, but a terrible day at the office for Callum Price. Weathered off and stuck doing mundane jobs. So, no, I've been looking forward to this, and I believe we're doing listeners' questions, which is always a great episode.
Yeah,
Listeners'
listeners'
questions are
questions.
the best.
We can almost turn it into a community now because we're now a video podcast, almost a wee TV show now.
This is brilliant.
We're no longer just purely listening. So if you're listening, you can also watch us if you want. But it's on YouTube and Spotify, and that's the two main ones. I think. I don't think anyone else has a hosting for that.
Would you like
To be fair, we've had a question in from Spotify, from Instagram, from email, and by Twitter. So we're getting
hitting
all
the
all
boxes.
the angles here today.
And then, just to
Yeah,
go back to Ross
indeed.
P's point there about we're live on video now, for anyone who'd like to put a face to Ross P's voice, your time is now. I bet you he doesn't look what you think he looks like, or he looks exactly as you would imagine. It's either way. it's
Doppelganger of
equally
Michael McIntyre.
Yeah, I had my 25th anniversary special on Saturday night on BBC One.
You done good.
No,
I
but-
heard it was quite funny, actually.
It was really funny, to be fair. Because I'm not a big fan of just watching stand up all the time, but that was really good by him. Yeah, I get Michael McIntyre comments all the time. I looked at it on Saturday night and literally said, I'm booking a haircut for Monday morning because I have the hair and I'll bounce it about.
Take the hat
I've
off.
got a
and
hat
do it.
on now.
Cool.
No, I've got a hat on now because it's one of those haircuts where you go in and you're like, it's good and I know it'll be fine long term. But then I just went and just lay down on it and it's fucking messy.
They know you've got 3 crowns or whatever it is you've got.
I do have 3 crowns, yeah.
Anyway, shall we crack on with some listeners' questions, or is there any other business to meet us with first?
Before we go on to that, Pricey, I looked at the news and decided to cover Callum, and there wasn't much happening, so I decided to do something a bit different today. Ross P, hit it for me, please. As El Presidente, I am doing Skinny's State of Address. And Skinny's State of Address wants all participants within the call right now to stay quiet as I read some things. Last week, when I was enjoying a family trip in a foreign country, I heard some of my predictions were boring, copy and paste job, and Hallmark. And I just want to make some things clear as a rebuttal. First of all, my prediction were all those things where some of you had the exact same ones, so boring, if that's the way. And then I said Felix going up jumping double his position in the rankings, that was classed as boring. Well, I checked notes. Callum picked Draper to go up 5 positions. Oh, real original. Second, no, this is all Skinny's state of address. Navarro, a real good shout. I appreciate that, but Pricey not knowing who she is really stuck in my gears. Thirdly, you're British biased. I am so fed up with this. I was trying to get something for the Italian listeners, the greatest federation on the world right now, and I've gone in depth with my detail. I researched hours and hours to get the right prediction, and I nailed it. I thought beautiful. Berrettini one you all agreed with, but let me just check my notes for everyone else's predictions. Sorry, Pricey couldn't be arsed to do his. The rest were all British predictions, boring. And Raducanu, top 50 from Ross P. She's currently 58. That's a major swing. So Skinny is finishing this off by saying for 2025, and his statement of address, that I am going to be anti-British. That is correct. I am not backing the Brits.
That coming, huh?
You can all back the Brits. You can all
had a good result yesterday, didn't you, Skinny?
You can all keep the podcast to the west of Scotland if you want. I'm trying to make it worldwide. I'm trying to bring in Italian listeners. For Napoli, there you go. Thank you very much.
Okay, first thing.
El Presidente out. You can't rebuttal. I said
people
that. You had your
I can't rebuttal. I can rebuttal.
You had a full.
I have to support.
You had a full podcast last week. To say all your things. You went in deep on me, and I've just hit back with all facts, not lies, facts. Raducanu top 50 by the end of the year. What a hit! She's 58. Ross P. What an absolute weapon you are.
I'm loving the fact you brought that up twice, because you'll re-listen to it, you'll re-watch it, and you'll say that I said top 25. So suck on that, because it wasn't top 50. That's a bullshit prediction. I like you saying, Musetti's going to be the number 8th Italian ranked player in the world. Who gives a fuck if he's number 8th or 4th or 5th or whatever? Number 4th for a country ranking for a yearly prediction. Pish.
Yeah, that's why it's so good, because you've actually looked into it, you see the amount of Italians in the top 50 at the moment and where they are rising and falling. And I'm trying to get the Italian Federation in. They don't want all the money. They've got the ATP finals. I want to go there. I want to be a guest. I want to be in the box. Comment on the finals.
Have a more exciting prediction than he's going to be the 4th top ranked Italian.
This is exciting, but
that's not exciting. That's not exciting.
Keep it for
Does anyone speak any Italian?
Family friendly podcast.
I speak a little bit of Italian.
Skinny, your points are taken, and they're actually very well articulated. But this is why
inaccuracies.
People get overthrown. So you can kiss goodbye to the throne within the next 5 podcasts, I believe.
Oh my God! The fact.
I need somebody.
You can't say a word. You got no predictions.
I put predictions in. Come on.
Yeah, I just made all the Gary up. I won't lie.
Yeah,
no, I sent you them. But somebody needs to make a picture of Skinny here and put this video out and have it make tennis great again. Just.
You say that, but then I'll do a picture of me stirring Donald Trump in the wrestling and saying, "Aye, cheers."
This is going
Thanks very much.
Very off topic, boys. Skinny, well articulated. I really, really think, for the sake of the pod, we should move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's go to listeners' questions. And Ross P. In fact, let's not go to a question. Let's go to a beautiful, well-articulated email that was sent in to us. And the email man is Callum Price. Do you want to read it out from us?
I am, but if you want to play your jingle, it does say question time at the start
we'll
of it.
do.
So play your jingle, Ross P.
You've got mail. You've got mail. You motherfucker. You've got mail.
Family friendly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Oh my God.
So this was to the Loosely Strung Pod, which is ourselves and Callum, of course. Hi, guys. Oh, sorry. Hi, guys. Love listening to the pod. Some really funny guys and also get a good laugh. Haven't been able to listen to the last couple of pods, so hope this hasn't already been asked. My question is, do you think Nadal was selfish in choosing the Davis Cup as his event to retire? Obviously got picked for the singles because it was his last event, but he clearly shouldn't have been picked, costing Spain the tie. Looking forward to a catch up on the pod and hearing your answers to the questions. Thanks, Ross P's delivery driver. If you know, you know. I don't think anyone has seen Ross P more than the guy who delivers his takeaways.
I know.
The good thing is I spread the wealth across Inverclyde, so I've got multiple delivery drivers. So
well, it's an excellent question. And the main reason I wanted to read it out is, obviously, as the resident Nadal stan, It's a fucking stupid email. What a stupid fucking... It's actually a very, very valid point. Like, we discussed it in another group chat where we said Nadal is only playing the singles because it's the only way to guarantee him game time, because if Spain went out, then obviously he wouldn't have probably wouldn't have got on the court at all. So he probably wouldn't have played the doubles. So like I said, good point. But do I think it's selfish? No, I don't at all. I think he actually had a chance to win that match. He clearly wasn't at the level, but I don't think it was a total shot in the dark, if I'm honest.
I kind of agree with you on the fact that I would say that I don't think it's selfish. I don't think he had a chance in singles. I thought he was always going to get beaten the minute he was going on the court. But at the same time, he is one of the greatest players that ever graced the game. He should choose where he retires. And if that is a Davis Cup in Spain, where he's the main figure for 25 years, whatever it's been, he's allowed to do that. But did it cost Spain the tie? Yes. Could Spain have been in the final and won it? Potentially, if Nadal hadn't played.
I think it probably was a bit selfish, to be honest, but he had every right to be selfish. He's probably the greatest Spanish sports person ever. So
yeah, I think as well, just to build
on
on
him.
that, to build on that point, if they'd gone through, if they'd won the doubles, would Nadal have played in the final? That's probably where you look at the big question when the level of selfishness is, because I mean, either way, they didn't make the final because of him. Let's just be honest. But also, from another take, they could have won the doubles. I actually think Nadal and Alcaraz would have been a better doubles pairing if he was fit. But again, that's off track. So my answer to that is no. Ross B's delivery drive. I don't think it was selfish, but I think it was very well deserved as well.
Yeah, I don't think you can say it's selfish because Nadal isn't picking the team. He's putting himself available to the team, and the captain's picking the team. I think he should have played the doubles. That I would blame the captain on in the selection. I don't think you can say Nadal was selfish to do that because he's not forcing anyone to do it. Like, the captain might feel that he has to put him out for singles to guarantee him a match, but Nadal is never going to be putting people under pressure for that.
I think one point we've touched on is like if they lost 2-0, they wouldn't have played doubles and he wouldn't have had his moment. You know for a fact if Alcaraz was playing that second game, he would play his best to make sure Nadal would have a final match. It's like his idol.
Yeah,
he would 100% have done it all for him. So
yeah, good point.
Good question though, but we can move forward.
I've got a few. Well, the great thing is we've had quite a few questions in. There's a few I might just rattle off. I mean, one is, does Gary actually talk?
No, I'm
One
mute.
is, yeah, okay, thanks, Gary. One is, why is Skinny the only one that talks sense? Which I think we can all agree is pretty much bullshit after what we've heard.
Who sent that in? Was it Ross Skinner that sent that in?
No, it was somebody called
Megan
Sore
Skinner?
Rinner. Yeah, yeah, someone else sent that in. There's a few goes at me for some reason that I'm not going to read out for now. One is, we'll start on a wee fun one. Is the Callum Roberts forehand underrated? You can have a quick fire on that
Yes.
if you want.
yes,
It's underrated.
yes.
I speak from experience. Yes, I think I have a story about his forehand, but I don't want
Story.
to.
Oh,
do
okay,
tell.
I like this.
Well,
I love
I'll
it.
never
No, we love stories.
Story time.
Every fucking year in the local tournament, I'm like the last person to be seeded because I'm shit, and they just try to make me feel good. And I always get Callum Roberts in the quarterfinals. And I went into the game as boys at the back of the fence going, "Come on, Price, just play a big game. Hit into him. Play your game." On the run, huge forehand cross court in the first point. New balls, everything, absolutely loving it. Callum Roberts floats like a butterfly over into the corner and just slams a forehand down the line on the first point to go for me to go love 15 in the first service game.
I wouldn't say that was a story, but okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think it definitely is underrated. We'll do one more in the tennis world, okay? So this is from AC_98. He's asking, how many slams will the GOAT win with Murray as his coach? I think he obviously means the GOAT as Djokovic. So how many slams is Djokovic going to win with Murray as his coach?
0.
Well,
100% of the slams he enters with him as his coach, he's going to win them.
Okay, well, if that means if he wins the Australian Open, he's going to stay with Murray, and for you saying that means he's going to win every slam he enters before the end of his career.
He will
Because he's not going to then bin Murray off.
not stay with Murray after the Australian Open, regardless of the result. Telling
I
you.
don't think there's a hope in hell that Djokovic wins the Australian Open. I think Sinner absolutely destroys him.
If you needed any
And I think
evidence,
Alcaraz
Gary didn't
probably
listen to
beats him.
last week's podcast.
Oh no, I did listen to last week's podcast, and I heard Ross P saying about me not being on any podcast next year. So
Oh, God.
Wasn't
too
me
bad.
either. So there's a lot of bullshit getting thrown at me. That was Callum last year. Anyway, I agree, so it doesn't matter. So, Skinny, what
I'm
was your point?
I would say, I think I'm actually in Price's camp here. This is really weird. Me and Price
I know.
are on the same page a lot tonight. I actually think Djokovic wins Oz with Murray by his side. It's one of the greatest documentaries of all time you're going to get, and that's it, one and done. Because then Murray's got his toe in the water. He's done it. Say Djokovic beats Sinner. Oh my God, he's such a wonder. Then everybody will be paying him big bucks to be their coach.
Yeah, he basically
then
becomes
he'll
the
go
Pep
coach.
Guardiola of tennis coaches because he just took over the best team.
and lose 7 games in a row.
Oh, boring.
Jeez.
Just, you get the point, Gary.
I know,
Yeah,
just
Guardiola had
current times,
15
man.
years of success.
Yeah, I just think
that's good.
Andy Murray's known for not drawing out his legacy. So I think if he was to get on with, I think he was to win, he would know that that's it.
You caught me off guard with that one there. Oof, Jesus.
No, I think he'll win 3 because that's the actual answer to a question. But because it was how many, so I'm going to say 3.
Well, my answer's still one.
Pricey,
One.
you're saying
That's the
I'm saying
one and
I'm saying
done.
one.
Skinny
One
saying
and
one done. Gary saying 0.
Neil Poir.
Nil point.
Okay, I think 3 is pretty modest for me. So
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Will that take
I don't
Novak up to
think it's-
27?
I don't think it is modest, Rossby. And no reason I'm saying that is that Djokovic could be done. Like, his age, everything. If he wins one more Grand Slam, it's unbelievable in the current climate of tennis world.
Yeah, but I think he's going to play at least until the next Olympics. So he's got
Right, so if
another. I think he's got another 10 to 12 slams in him, and I think he wins at least a
Away.
third of that.
No chance.
So where does he win it? Where does he win a slam?
Australian Open, you could win. So I'm saying 3 here, right? So I think you're going to win Australian Open 2025. I think he's going to win US Open 2025, and then one more until the Olympics, and then he'll maybe retire in 2028.
Ross P, does that tie in with your predictions from a couple of weeks ago? Or have
Yeah,
you
it's funny
changed your
that I'm
mind?
being consistent. No. Yeah. So I said Novak will win Australian Open, US Open. But I've not went for 3-4 years ahead. But you're asking me to, so I'm going to say he's going to win one over the next 2026 to 2028 and retire in 2028.
Fair enough.
I know I predicted Djokovic to win the Australian just because I thought it's a beautiful story, right? But if Djokovic is going to win one more, it's going to be Wimbledon.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a hardcore.
like-
Not a hardcore.
No.
And
I
not
think that's
play
the
it.
last one he wins.
No.
I think it's the last one he wins.
Anyway. So what we're saying, 3, 1, 1 and 0.
3, 1, 1 and 0.
Ross P, hit us with the next question.
Okay, let's see. Favourite match of the year. This one's been sent in by Craigie Wills. Wills with a Z. Favourite match of the year. He's saying it's the Djokovic Olympic final. This is a Djokovic themed pod today.
Yeah.
Djokovic Olympic final. So much passion. P.S. How's the ankle? I think that's directed to me.
God, he's
The
so
ankle
tapped
is
in the head.
actually. It's the ankle is feeling good. The cold weather doesn't help, so I'm feeling like I'm aging pretty badly with it. But it's actually not too bad. I'm starting rehab again. Well, I started rehab last week. No, I did. I said I was starting rehab last week. I started a little bit last week. What I did, I went to the gym and I tried one of those bouncing ball things. It's
Right,
like a
Ross P, can we get
semicircle.
back on topic here, please?
Okay, I'm going to continue what I'm saying. But what happened was that, you know, them balancing balls is like semicircle,
Yeah.
half cut out things, right? But I was doing it the wrong way. I was doing it upside down. So when I was trying to balance on it, it was the bit that was supposed to be on the floor I was trying to balance on. So I moved it towards like the area of the gym where you could hold onto a bar above you, and I tried to balance on it, and I would literally just step on it for half a second and then fall off. So that's it. That's the answer to that.
Sorry.
Oh,
if you're
sorry.
still
Did you
with
hear the
us,
question?
folks, if you're still with us, folks,
What was the question again, actually? Can we go back to that?
your favourite match of
I'm
the
not
year.
repeating.
Your favourite match of the year.
I don't know if this is controversial when I say it, is the fact that we're not going to immediate answer apart from the Olympic final. It's been not the greatest year for big time matches because one player seems to dominate most tournaments throughout the year. So there you go.
True, yeah. Do you know what my favourite match was? Club Championship doubles final.
Okay, I think the listeners care about that. So
I just wanted a
Ross-
reaction. But do you know what? It was a good match.
Ross P, what What's your one of the year?
I the one of the best ones was probably Dimitrov Alcaraz.
No way.
Was that? Where was it? I can't remember what Masters it was. Pretty sure it was a Masters series. But yeah, that was brilliant. That was Dimitrov.
That was what I was going to
That
say.
backs up my claim for next year that you'll finish top 5.
Yeah. No, you did say that last week. That was actually going to be mine. I was right on the Dimitrov train this year. I think there's so many messages you can go back and look at in our chat when I said, mate, this guy is on fire. I enjoyed a lot of Monfils' matches this year as well, because he just looks as if he hasn't aged at all. But then just goes missing again for like 6 months at a time. Yeah, so some of Monfils' matches, but that Dimitrov match was sensational.
This is pure random, but Gasquet's run at the French when the
Yes,
crowd all behind
remember.
him for his retirement.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking back on it, I don't know why we're going to Richard Gassie's final matches, but there we go. That's what I just remembered to come off the top of my head there.
Probably tells you there wasn't an amazing amount of amazing matches.
Too much dominance.
Does that coincide with the fact that the big four are subsiding? And
I think there's just too
quality's
much
not there as
dominance,
much?
Rossby. I think there's not enough going around in terms of talent. I think there's too many. It's never good just having two main guys. Even though you could definitely separate Nadal and Federer from the old big four, but I think we need to spread the field out a bit.
Yeah, I'd agree. I don't think there's too much variation in terms of the game, like in terms of players on the tour. So you could almost say that's in line a lot on what's happened with football. It's like all the teams have copied what Guardiola do, so it's all pretty much the same. It's like copy and paste, like Skinny's predictions last week, but it's a bit like that where you've got people copying a style and just going for that and not having their own sort of variations and ways they can play. It's all pretty much just baseline, and you can't have too much of a variation from that.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's fair.
Brilliant. Okay, any more matches to highlight, or should we move on?
No, let's move on.
Okay, we'll bring it back to us. This is a question, which is, who is faster, Ross P, Pricey, or Ross Skinner? P.S.
Pricey.
Shout out to Noah Ling. But
Pricey.
yeah, that's the question. Pricey, it said Pricey. Skinny's going to say Skinny, and I'm going to say me. And Gary's
No, I'm not
probably
going to say Skinny.
Pricey.
I'm going to issue a fucking challenge. All three of you, in the first week of January, get to the tennis courts. We'll get someone to count us in, time it, re-record us running, and I will show you that I am faster than the rest of you. Let's get Gary down as well.
Can I
And
just
if
have
Ross
Gary's
Peavy's
neutral
excuse for his
answer, though?
Ross Skinner wins.
Gary, the amount of times I've got you out the shit because you're too
Don't
slow.
lie. Do not lie.
Sorry. Yep, okay, fine, Skinny, I accept your challenge. I'll see you in the new year. Ross P, next.
I'm not sure if I can accept that. I'm still rehabbing my ankle, so I don't want to put my.
Well, why don't we move it back till the first week in April?
We'll move it to
Going
after,
into
but
peak
anyway, we'll
tennis
deal with
season.
that closer to the time.
We can work towards it, right?
I like that. That's a good idea.
But we can agree for now. I'm faster. Okay,
Shut
so
up.
we've got.
You're definitely going to be last.
Anyway, let's go, Ross
Ross
P.
P's still reacting to the starting line.
Okay. That was actually too bad. Fair enough. This one's interesting. If you were to make a tennis film from the past, what would it focus on? I'm not too sure. It's
I
film
don't
from
know,
the
that's a
past. That must be
Andre Agassi's
Okay,
life.
Oh, that's a good one.
Drug
That's a
scandals.
really good one.
Sex, drugs,
Like
and
drug
alcohol
scandals,
plus
yeah.
tennis.
Sex, drugs, and lots of balls.
You're going to produce that one, Pricey?
Yeah, I could be in it.
Star. I could star
You
in
could
it.
produce and direct that one.
You could, do you know, just if you want to take an overarch, see just doing, just call it like Federer v Nadal, and I had two actors, all the times they've interact to the point where they at the end where they're like crying beside each other in Federer's last match. I think that'd be quite a good
scenes.
movie and arc to show that they were
And then you could do like
take that Wimbledon final in.
plots. You could do plots off it as well, the way Star Wars does with like Rogue One, and then like Djokovic comes in behind like Darth Vader, like coming through. Yeah, man, we're wasted here, boys. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, and your post-credit scenes, Alcaraz and Sinner just like turning up to
Help me, Rafael Nadal. You're my only hope.
Ross, see when we did those letters, who was Calm's player again?
It was Ernest Gulbis.
So
no,
That's
was
a
it?
film. That's a film
Was it
about
Ernest
Ernest
Gulbis?
Gulbis.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because his life apparently according to Wikipedia, is pretty crazy.
Yeah, so according to Wikipedia.
Good question. I like that one.
Let's see if we've got any more. Did I mention can Pricey do a 2025 calendar, please? I think someone's asking you to do a...
Well, actually,
No?
I've had a thought about that since it was asked, and I thought what I could do is I could do 12 months and every one for like my best shots. I'd probably only have a calendar for 9 months, but I'd be able to get it by the end of the year, I think, if I went down and started playing on the Prestwick indoor courts. But no, I'm sorry to say there will not be any Playboy material coming out of Cal Price.
But
Does that have to be Playboy?
But if you want all the other material, go to his private OnlyFans page.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not hard. Click the link below. You won't. But have you guys seen the podcast video? I mean, my Twitter is loaded with horrible stuff like that. Anyway, swiftly moving on again.
Anyway,
Any more questions? I'm not sure we've got too many more that are broadcastable.
But we haven't. I mean, we saw the one of when is Craigie Wills coming on. We had that right at the start.
Yeah,
I do think
Logan
about
Fotheringham
time-
underscore.
Logan-
I don't know what the underscore at the end's for, but he's asking
because
that, yeah. Sorry,
the other Logan that lives just a town over from. I think we should grant this request, and I think what we should do is have a night where we all have a few lemonades and Craig Williams can be involved.
record it
Yeah.
live.
A live
Yeah,
podcast.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
And, well, it's not dangerous for you, Gary, but it's dangerous for those of us that drink.
You'll
No,
be
but
a
I-
designated driver that night.
Why is Ross P getting away scot-free here? I drink more than him.
Right,
Okay.
don't lie to people that know you, mate. If that is the questions dried up, I would say that was much more productive than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting a lot more nonsense. There was equally enough nonsense, you could say. But if that is us dried up, folks, I would think that might be us wrapping up the pod, unless there's any other business.
We've got our Christmas special next week, which is traditionally a big fat Christmas quiz with tennis interluded into it, and maybe some nonsense. In fact, guaranteed nonsense.
Guaranteed
Are you going to
nonsense.
quizmaster that one?
I'll quizmaster that one. Don't you worry.
Even though I
You've
did
been on
such a
you've been
good
on
job last
quiz
year.
show, haven't you?
I've been
Price,
on
you did
two.
do one, yeah. Yeah, but Skinner, you've been on what quiz shows have you been on?
The fact that you can find them on YouTube, I'm not telling you. So
Eggheads.
there you go. Definitely not Eggheads.
No.
It was that
not,
mastermind scene, but it was the I can't even remember that TV show. The mastermind scene when it's a Celtic fan and a Rangers fan.
Only an excuse.
Yeah, that was what yeah, but it was Morton fans, or Morton questions only.
Was one of them tenable?
No, I wish I would.
Gary,
It was
we
good,
should stay
man.
quiet here because we still haven't applied to be on Pointless.
That's
Gary,
very
Oh, yeah, okay.
At a tournament,
Let's make this
Gary
public
and I
then.
were dealt with a forfeit to do because we came last in a challenge. And I really tried to play it off cool that I'd done it, and then realised that Gary was part of the fucking forfeit, so I gave up that hand to it. Gary and I have to apply to be on Pointless together. I think we
Why
can
do you
apply.
guys not?
I think we'd be quite good.
Why do you guys not do it and then take a picture of the application and put it on Instagram, and there you go. The listeners
I
can
will.
hold you to account.
I think I'll get away scot-free because Gary won't be available any of the dates anyway, so it should be fine.
Skinny will
Gary,
go with
you could
He's
you could
a
go
bit
complete
of-
the form and then send it over to Pricey, and then he has to do it.
Fine.
That is true.
Hit me with it.
That is true.
Well, gents, this has been, as always, pleasure. We have missed Carl. It's not often we don't see him. He does light up the room a wee bit, even if he is sitting upside down. But
It's because the sun's up when he is.
fingers crossed
It's
he's
because he's
got
too busy going
over.
to didgeridoo.
He'll have massive FOMO here. You know what he's like. He hates not being involved. So I can't wait to go into the chat and tell him.
There's already a
how much I like this
text.
time. Has there been a text already? I had to tell my
How'd it go, boys?
Well, I look forward
So-
to letting them know that it went very well, and thank you very much for all your questions. Please keep
Thank
sending them in if you see anything we post up, because we will always have time for our listeners' questions, and we always have time for all of you that listen. So thank you very much, folks, and I think that might be us.
Can I leave a wee Easter egg for Callum Roberts?
Go
You're a
on.
Dafty.
There we go.
Pricey, I thought when you said FOMO there, you
I know,
cut
okay.
off a wee bit in my
Cut.
recording. I thought you
Cut.
said something else.
See you next week, folks.